Hey everyone, it's Ryan with AGJ. Just want to take a minute and record a little how-to segment on the BNI Portal. So if you are not using it every week, it's a great little primer on how to use it. This is where we go to enter things like thank you for closed business and referral slips. You can also use it to pull up your own your own personal participation score and see how you're doing in the chapter. So here's the video.
Hey everyone, so let's jump right into the website. Let's go to our favorites here. We'll go to BNI. That address is www.la-msbni.com. That's la-msbni.com. Once you're there, we'll pick Mississippi. And of course, we're going to members only. But take a minute to look around. You'll see that this month we have Hope, our very own Hope Blankenship, featured as the spotlight here, member spotlight at BNI. So take a minute, read through her information, and congratulate Hope next time you see her. Then let's log into members only. This should pop up asking for our username and password, and it does. Let's jump in real quick. All right, so we're in the system. Should be pulling up our home page. The home page is really your summary. It kind of gives you a high-level overview of your activity at BNI. There's a option here, my personal participation report. I really like that. It kind of gives you a summary of whatever time range you choose for your participation in BNI. We'll come back and hit it last. So let's get started looking at our summary. Again, last 12 months, revenue received to my business. That's generated from the thank you for closed business slips. How many referrals have you received? How much business have you given? How many referrals have you given? How many visitors? How many one-on-ones? And then how many continuing education units have you had? So let's jump right in, and we can just go in order here. Thank you for closed business slips. We want to make sure we're entering these every week. Number one, it's just impressive when you realize that so far this year our chapter has generated $500,000 worth of business. This is where we get that dollar amount. So anytime you actually close business from a referral through BNI, make sure you go here, select a member. Let me use Nikki here as an example. So we'll pick Nikki. So I'm thanking Nikki for referral in the amount of $1. New business from an outside referral she sent me, and I'll say thanks, Nikki. And we can save that one. If we have more than one to enter, we can click Save and New. If we just have one to enter, we can go ahead and press Submit. And we are done there. So now that will automatically show up on the Vice President's report every week. Plus, it will show up on your dashboard here, so you can track it as well as the chapter tracking it. The second most important thing is your referral slips. So let's go to Submit Referral Slips. So we'll use Nikki again as an example. So let's say I wanted to send a referral to Nikki, and it was for John Doe. And they're outside. I told them they would call, that Nikki would call, and I also gave them her card. I could put any information I wanted to, and I could put their email or comments. Of course, fill out as much information as you can. You always want to put in comments because that will let Nikki know exactly what she needs to call them about, or whatever service of hers they may be interested in. So make sure you put that comment in. Also, put on the gauge here how hot they are. If they're very tepid, then of course choose one of the lower numbers. If it's a hot lead that she needs to follow up on immediately, make sure you choose that appropriately. So then just press Submit when you're done. If you have more than one, press Save and New. In this case, we'll go ahead and submit this one. So there we go. It's told us that that's been submitted successfully, and it takes us back to our portal automatically. One-on-ones, of course, these are very important. You should be doing as many one-on-ones as you can, and when you do them, this is where you would enter them. So let's just use Nikki again as our example. So say I've met with Nikki, and she was invited by me, or vice versa. If she invited me, we would just fill it out the opposite way. The location where you met, what you talked about, the date. Simply save that. It will track it accordingly. It'll save that in our palms. Continuing ed slips. That's also important. If you've read SuccessNet and you've listened to the BNI CD, make sure you enter the quantity of continuing ed credits that you've earned during that week. If you've listened to podcast or been on a BNI webinar, put that in as well. If you've gone through MSP, the Member Success Program, put that in. If you've gone through leadership training or advanced BNI training, enter that. If you've read Dr. Meisner's book, put it here also. Submit those when you're done. We'll see in a little while where that is tracked. And then also just for your own personal reporting, if you want to find out, how well is BNI working for you, you can track the referrals that you've received online. That's nice. You can pick a date. Let's just go back. We'll grab a few months here and say, show me all the referrals I've received in that time period. It will pop these up. You can see real quick who the referral is, any contact information from them, and then the status of the referral. So just a nice feature there. You can see how much business is being generated to you through your BNI chapter. You can also review your old referral slips, your one-on-ones, your continuing ed slips. So very nice there also. I know sometimes you get to the meeting and you can't find a referral slip. Very easily here, you could simply print out your weekly slips. So in this case, you could pick a date range. If you had just entered these, you could pick, pick now. And it will show you any new activity. So for instance, here's the referral slip based on the sample I did a few minutes ago to Nikki. You can print this out, bring it with you to the meeting, and you're covered. So it also, in addition to referrals, it prints out thank you for closed business and CEUs and visitors. So it really gives you your weekly summary. So again, another nice printout. You can simply press print here if you wanted to print. So then finally, as we mentioned here, my personal participation report, it automatically goes back, grabs the last year. It's a very good report. It really gives you your own personal palms. So you can see on this date, were you absent, were you present? Did you have a substitute? How many referrals did you give? RGI is referrals given inside, referrals given outside, referrals received inside, referrals received outside. Of course, V is visitor, one-to-ones, thank you for closed business, and then continuing ed unit. So very, very handy, very handy report here. While we're back on our portal, it's important to keep this updated. Make sure, if you haven't done it already, update your profile. We've talked in the past about chapters sending business to other chapters. If, for example, I needed someone to take a headshot of an employee in North Carolina, I could simply search cross-chapter and find a BNI member in that area of the country who could provide the service that I needed. This is where that would come in handy. If my profile information is updated, then I know other chapter members can search for me and find me. So put in descriptions, put in keywords, type your summary, and that will help other members and other chapters across the nation and really across the world be able to find you. Also, you can kind of give everybody a little status, hey, what are you working on this week? So keep this updated. You can add your photo. Again, there's no reason anyone in our chapter shouldn't have an awesome headshot, so make sure you get a good headshot. Put it up here. This is the same type of headshot you could use for LinkedIn, so it can pull double duty. Of course, you can change your password. It's always a good idea to change your password regularly just for security reasons. And that's really the portal in a nutshell. So if you have any questions, Nikki is the guru, so feel free to ask, and thanks for watching today.